It's time for Mount Vernon Rams Baseball on WMIX, on your radio at AM 940 and online at WMIXsports.com. Rams Baseball is presented by the official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams, Community First Bank. Welcome back to Personal Banking. The Mount Vernon Rams on WMIX are also sponsored in part by Ren Lake College. See how you can save thousands on your education at rlc.edu. The Medicine Shop of Mount Vernon, Ford Square and King City Chrysler. You can count on us. State Farm Insurance Agent Tony Wilt. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Second Chance Auto. Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a Hospital. Raising the Bar. Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon. And also by the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Sarah Staley, your country financial agent. Heartland Accounting. And by Central Christian Church. It's time to join Chris Hugo and Danny Czerwinski in the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios for Mount Vernon Rams Baseball. Rams pregame show starts now.
And good afternoon from Brennan Klein Memorial Field. Glad to have you with us today on AM 940 and online at WMIXsports.com. This is your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. We thought coming into today, a South 7 Conference championship would be on the line between the Carbondale Terriers and the Mount Vernon Rams. And not having full information available, we now know the Terriers are actually 13-9-1 coming into today's action. Not 4-1 in the South 7 Conference as we had initially thought. But now that we know the score of the Cahokia game from Thursday, we know the Terriers come in conference play with a record of 4-2. They, however, are playing for a conference title, at least a share of one today. Still plenty more conference games to be had, but the Rams are now 5-1. And for what we thought was a tie atop the conference, the Rams have actually been in the driver's seat since Thursday afternoon. 21-5 for the Mount Vernon Rams after wins against Marion on Thursday, a road win against Heron on Friday, and then winning on the road in Jackson County yesterday against the Murfreesboro Red Devils. Good afternoon once again. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside Avery Barton back at our Mount Vernon studio for this Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Big or small, Landers fixes and details them all. Ask Landers Collision Centers about premium detailing for the life of your car next time you have collision work done. Of course, a beautiful Tuesday afternoon in the King City as the Rams return back to the friendly confines of Brennan Klein Memorial Field. Not many home games left, so you have to take advantage of this one today against the Carbondale team on April the 4th that got you in 10 innings by a final score of 7-6.
Well, you have to take advantage of it. I mean, it's conference title here. Also, looming in the background next week is the fact that regional seedings will go out. These two teams are in the Heron Regional. This game means on a regular season schedule, you don't get games like this very often where you have conference and regional seeding on the line at the same time.
Well, and of course, the Carbondale team that we told you back on April the 4th at Carbondale, the Superblock, was able to get a big win, 7-6 in 10 innings. It was Jordan Kelly who picked up the win. Thomas Weber, the tough luck loss. Kelly, of course, came on in relief, pitched a couple of innings, but also hit that walk-off home run in the bottom half of the 10th inning to preserve that 7-6 win for the Terriers. Since then, the Rams are on a roll now, 21-5 on the year. However, since then for the Terriers, they are actually 7-5, so just above 500 baseball since that big win in conference play. They have lost to Althoff and have lost to Cahokia since then. So the Rams right now in the driver's seat with with Carbondale at 4-2. Centralia not far back at 3-2. Marion is 2-3 with Althoff and Cahokia, believe it or not, both sitting at the back of the conference at 1-4. However, the Rams have a busy week in the South 7 this week. Certainly can't look past this big game today. That's the wind picks up. Wow, wind really picked up there. Can't look past this big game today, but you especially have to take into consideration that tomorrow you're on the road against Cahokia, Thursday on the road at Althoff, and you have a big game tomorrow against the Cahokia Comanches, who, outside of darkness, might have a chance to come back and get the Rams in a 7-4 game.
Those two games will mean something if you take care of business today. If you don't take care of business today, then you might be in some trouble to try to get that conference lead. But again, if you win today, focus. This is a big 3 games. It's kind of like a 3-game series, basically what it amounts to. You're playing 3 different teams, but over the next 3 days, it's for a conference title, and you have to keep your focus mentally and physically the next 3 days. You want to come out with a clean sweep over the next 3 days.
And, of course, the Mount Vernon Rams and the Carbondale Terriers coming up. This is your Landers Collision Center's pregame show from the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Ford Square. We'll slip out for a break. When we come back, we'll tell you more about this matchup today between the Mount Vernon Rams and the Carbondale Terriers. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
I'm Andy Robb with a look at your next ride weather. For this afternoon, mostly sunny skies, warm and breezy for a high 81. Clear skies tonight, low 53 in the countryside to 58 in town. Partial sunshine for tomorrow, high 83. Wednesday night, low 56. Mostly cloudy on Thursday with a shower or thunderstorm around. The high for Thursday, 72 to 76. Next rad weather from WMIX, Mount Vernon, Illinois.
The Motor City reclaims its name with the 2013 Chrysler 200. Hi, Roy Schmidt Chrysler dealer at King City Chrysler Center, Mount Vernon. The Chrysler 200 has a great classy design. The lines and curves create a precise chisel profile. LED tail lamps eliminate attention to detail, and each Chrysler 200 wheel choice adds a different finishing touch to the vehicle's overall design. Right now, we are offering our own finishing touch with great incentives. Choose $3,000 in customer cash or choose 0% financing for 72 months. Wow! We have over 30 Chrysler 200s in stock, all having been awarded the IIHS Top Safety Pick. Browse our entire inventory at KingCityChrysler.com or come see one of our associates at King City Chrysler Center, 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon, and don't forget to find us on Facebook.
More Americans are on the move today than ever before. One of the most popular modes of transportation is the motorcycle. Motorcycles take us to our jobs, school, to the beach, and all around the country. If you're a bike rider, your Pekin Insurance Agency, Page Insurance on Crownview in Mount Vernon, wants to make sure you have the best insurance protection while you're riding. Ask about the money-saving auto cycle discount and the experienced driver discount, too. Call Page Insurance at 242-7000 today about motorcycle insurance from Pekin Insurance.
Listen to us from any device at WMIXSports.com. This is Rams Baseball on WMIX.
Welcome back, AM 940, online from any device at WMIXSports.com. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. Avery Barton is back at our Mount Vernon studio today. For Mount Vernon Rams Baseball, back at home against the Carbondale Terriers. And we told you in the prior segment of this Landers Collision Center's pregame show, by the way, big or small, Landers fixes and now details them all. Mount Vernon and Salem. It's Landers Collision Centers. Call 1-888 Landers. But, of course, you take this one in consideration today. Sunny skies. Winds will be out of the south at about 9 miles per hour, but you also have temperature at about 83 degrees at first pitch time. First pitch will probably come a little early today, but you see a matchup, the crafty right-hander for the Terriers, Joey Weber, but this time Carbondale will see the Rams' unofficial ace, Brock Fulkerson, who is now 6-1 on the year and looking for another win.
Well, you get to see him. Mount Vernon went with Landon Thomas the last time and Thomas Weber, and then, of course, today you get the fact that Mr. Fulkerson will take the hill today. Now, of course, again, all these three games these next 3 days are just so relevant about how they're going to balance each other, pitching-wise, hitting-wise, mental-wise. If you win this today, you're going to be able to carry that through the next 2 days. If you lose today, can you get yourself back up? I mean, it's a whole mix-and-match kind of thing of all this stuff going on as I'm being harassed. But, mentally and physically, the next 3 days, if Mount Vernon wants to win a conference title and maybe get a number one seed in the regional, you got to beat this team. If you don't beat this team, you're not a number one seed in the regional, that's for sure.
Well, I think that's key, and especially in a 5-team regional once you get down to Heron, a place where the Rams do want a victory this year against what would be the host Tigers, but you take a look at the seeding that could basically take place, and really, once you get past 1 and maybe 2, it's anybody's guess as to how that seeding will go.
Again, after you get from the top, it's kind of like throw them in a hat and pick them out. I mean, it's even. I mean, you got a lot of congestion in the South 7. You're going to have a lot of that in that regional. It's going to be wide open, and it's going to take the Rams a couple of games, solid games, to get out of that Heron regional for sure.
Of course, the Terriers got a big win yesterday against the Benton Rangers, a team that the Rams will see on the road on Monday. That was a 3-1 victory, but coming off of a tough conference loss, we're told, against the Cahokia Comanches, 7-0 in that one. And for the Terriers, you've got to rebound in a big way here in conference play and win on out.
Well, and here's the thing, too. Carbondale, as we mentioned back on April 4th, they're a rather young baseball team. And when you get an opportunity to play, and you play as much as they've had, they're playing now 22 ball games. This is game 23. When you get to play as many games as you can this spring, as the weather's been kind of nice for them in their nice facility, a younger team may grind a little bit mentally about this time of year, kind of grind down since April, where all the exuberance is starting a season. And they have to pick it back up over the next couple of weeks, starting May 1st tomorrow. They got a little May Day going on for themselves a day early, trying to get here and sweep Mount Vernon and keep that conference lead.
No doubt about that. This is your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski. We need to meet the Central Christian Church batting orders for the Carbondale Terriers.
John Nance will lead off and be the designated hitter today. Will Nadolski will be at short, batting second, and Mitch Louder, the catcher, batting third. In the cleanup spot, Joey Weber, the pitcher, batting fifth and center, Justin Hoffman. Batting sixth at first base, the recognizable name of George Kelly. At third base, Levi Kofer, batting eighth and left, Noah Thornburg, and batting ninth at second, Drew Robinson, also wearing number 2 for the Carbondale Terriers.
And, of course, for the Rams defensively, they'll rely on Brock Fulkerson on the hill. Colin Young will be the catcher. We'll go the opposite way around the field, as we should in numerical order. Colt Metter at first base with Trevor Floda at second. Matthew Williams gets to start at shortstop. Sawyer Harrison at third base. Hayden Panetsky is out in left field. Landon Thomas in center. And Jake Pike rounds out the Ram defense in right field. Central Christian Church, log on to thenewscentral.com for service times, webcasts, and more information. You can even watch their Friday night and Sunday services online. It's all at thenewscentral.com. Central Christian Church is loving God and loving people. Ready to get their way here. Beautiful day for high school baseball. Again, 83 degrees at first pitch. Sunny skies and winds will gust a little bit more than 9 miles per hour, but unofficially out of the south, and it looks as if they are, as the wind is actually blowing out to left center field.
All the marbles. It doesn't matter if the wind's blowing out these dead bats. It could be a hurricane out here, and you're not going to kick one out of here unless you get after it.
So the pitcher, the right-hander, Brock Fulkerson, probably the tallest guy out there on the field, as the first pitch will come at 4:20. And miss high and tight to the batter, John Nance, and it's 1-0. We'll mark that down, the first pitch time. And now a fastball down the middle, even things up. 1 ball, 1 strike to the DH. John Nance bats right-handed, batting actually for the right fielder, Dylan Bird, who gets the start out there at number 9 for the Terriers. Next pitch is going to miss low and away in the dirt. Good stop by Colin Young. And back ahead of the count here is Nance with Nadolski on deck and the catcher Louder in the hole.
Another thing is calm yourself. That's another thing in this for both these teams.
2-2 just pushed outside. A hitter's count now, 3 balls and a strike. Your umpires for today's game, John Downey calling the balls and strikes behind the plate from West City. As a 3-1 is going to be popped foul toward the first base dugout. Should sneak into the dugout, actually, as it'll hop around in there and make the count full, 3-2. Infield umpire today is Justin Wyant of Benson. Should be a great day. Beautiful Tuesday.
Can't ask for a better day in the last day of April as you head into May.
We'll take it. See if some May flowers start to pop up from all these April showers, to borrow some tired cliches. From poor Richard, the full count offering coming. It's going to miss high and tight. That's a leadoff walk, and the last thing you want to happen if you're Brock Fulkerson.
Well, and he dropped his arm angle that time. Ball got it away with a right-hander pitcher or thrower or infielder, outfielder drops that arm angle. That ball's going to go up and away, and that's what happened there.
Of course, the Terriers were the different coach this season. Chad Perschbacher takes over, 13-9-1 on the year. They did have a tie. I believe that was a game called due to darkness. As both teams can now make that claim here in 2013. They've had a game stopped due to that. Runner on and nobody out. It's going to be tapped foul, or does Harrison pick it up in foul territory? He does not. Fair territory, I mean. Picks it up in foul territory, and that'll be a first strike to Nadolski, the shortstop, who bats right-handed. With 1 on and nobody out, and the scoreless stop after the first inning. With 5 Jefferson County branches and responsive quality service for all of your accounts, Community First Bank would like to be the first to say, welcome back to Personal Banking, the official voice of the Rams. Here on WMIX, marginal lead from Nance off of first base as a strike will catch the outside corner. And quickly behind 0-2 is Will Nadolski. A name synonymous with some parts of Jefferson County.
Oh, yeah. Yep. All over the place. In Washington as well.
Yes. 0-2 the count of the stretch will come the right-hander Fulkerson. This will be fouled off into the parking lot. We encourage you to look out and be aware at all times, and we'll do it again on 0-2.
Blue truck took a knot to the drop hatch. There's that guy that didn't make that attempt on
he may or may not have a bone to pick with it.
Who?
Probably not.
No.
As we wait the 0-2, here it comes. Ooh, good pitch. It gets away. The runner's going to go. The throw from Young down to second will get away. Goes back up on the play by the center fielder, Thomas, and that'll limit the damage on Nance getting into scoring position with nobody out here in the first.
2 gifts for Mount Vernon, given a walk and now a pass ball. Maybe a wild pitch, depending on the official scoring, but anyway, the runner's at second with nobody out. Now with Nadolski, his goal, get one to the right side if you're going to make contact. He can't strike out if you're the Terriers in this situation.
1-2 coming inside. That'll jam him. Check swing will be fouled off into the right field. No play by Colt Metter. No chance of that. Gave it an effort, and then we'll do the 1-2 again. Glad to have you with us in the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Ford Square, 1501 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Check out the all-new 2013 Ford F-150. You can see their inventory online at FordSquare.com. 1-2 coming. It's going to be down the middle. A ground ball just off of the glove of Metter. Floated to back up on the play. Metter's got to get back to the bag and won't. And there you go. So a little Plinko there to the right side of the infield, and that puts 2 aboard for the Terriers with nobody out.
And that's just a hit. And that's the thing now. Carbondale was first and third, nobody out. A lot of momentum, a lot of confidence in the dugout. They already have a win over Mount Vernon this year. Coming in this with a lot of confidence. And there, the ball off Metter's glove bounces to Flota. Metter was still in the process of looking for it when Flota had it, and Metter was able to get back to the bag.
Well, of course, assuming that the Centralia Orphans can handle the Cahokia Comanches today, should Carbondale beat the Rams again, that certainly makes that South Southern Conference race interesting with 3 teams with 2 losses in the loss column.
Mount Vernon's got to go on the road 3 more times.
That they do. Runners at the corners. The first pitch allowed is going to be popped up foul behind us. They'll fall behind 0-1. Brock Fulkerson is 6-1 this season, so it's not as if he has struggled at times. This just some early jitters, perhaps, at the top half of this first inning. No score. 2 aboard here for the Terriers in the top half of the first. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski on WMIX and WMIXSports.com. As the runner on first is going. Throw comes inside. Good cutoff there. Aware of the situation was Trevor Flota, and it'll be second and third.
Well, they're trying to cut play there, trying to get that runner off third base enough, or maybe he'll take off on the play, trying to steal home if he thinks the ball's going to go through, and unfortunately Carbondale didn't fight.
So 2 in scoring position now. Equals a major RBI chance for Mitchell out or nothing into his account with nobody out. Fulkerson trying to get the Rams out of a jam here. Brock will get set, fire out of the stretch. High fastball, come back to the pitcher. He'll look the runner back to third base, fires over to first, and a great play, masterful play by Brock Fulkerson for the 1-3.
Talk about a game, and it's early in the first inning, but you talk about things right now. If Mount Vernon were somehow to wriggle off the hook here and get out of this inning with no run, a lot of momentum goes to that third base dugout. If Carbondale were able to scratch out a run or 2 here, that's going to be where the momentum goes.
Interesting
inning already.
Interesting to see what might happen with the confidence of the pitcher, Joey Weber, standing in. With 2 on, both in scoring positions. The runners are on second and third here in the top of the first. Just 1 out. Still scoreless thus far. We got started about 5 minutes ago. Pitch on the way. A little sidearm action. It's going to be low and away. Misses for a ball.
Thinking if I'm a pitcher out there, Weber's going to be a little aggressive. He knows he needs a run or 2. He's going to try to go for some pitches maybe. So kind of tinkle around the zone a little bit if you're Fulkerson.
Next one on the way. Same location, just a little bit higher, and that's going to be good enough for a strike, 1-1. Had to come a little bit higher that time, and that's exactly what he did. You're going to see a consistent strike zone today with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. 1 out, 2 aboard here, top of the first. Still no score. Rams trying to get out of the inning. Carbondale trying to strike first. Pitch on the way. Going to be batted foul. Looks like he swung on the miss initially.
He's pushing. He's reaching for things. He's going to be aggressive in this spot because he knows he can get himself a couple of runs here. Think of the situation. Think of what's going on of the hitter at the plate.
See if Fulkerson come up with the pitch he needs to here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, but 2 aboard. Second and third are your runners. Pitch on the way from Brock. Check swing high. They will appeal to the infield umpire who says no, and that's a good call. He did not. It's 2-2.
See what I'm saying? He's aggressive. Make him hit something he doesn't want to hit.
They're going to have to do here to get the out. Winds, of course, blowing out, but such deep, deep dimensions at Brennan Klein Memorial Field. Probably not going to see much. 2-2, it's going to be to the third baseman. Good play by Harrison. Looks the runner back cannon over to first base. Sawyer makes the throw, and it's a 5-3 for your second out. The Rams are that much closer getting out of damage.
Carbondale's hit 2 balls very hard. It's been right at the pitcher, right at the third baseman. Now your infield can play back a little bit, knock it down. If you're Mount Vernon, again, you're 1 out away from getting out of this inning. Going from first to third, nobody out. If Carbondale can't score, a lot of momentum goes the other way.
Some may not understand just how difficult of a play that Harrison made. That ball was starting to roll up out of his glove. Here comes the first pitch on the way to the center fielder, Hoffman. Fouls it off third base side. Quinn McClure will come out to get it. It's a 0-1 count. 2 outs, 2 aboard here, top of the first. Still no score. Terriers, if you are now the Carbondale Terriers, of course, you'd hate to squander this opportunity with 2 early runners aboard. So Fulco gets set out of the stretch. Right-hander looks back, now fires home. Good stop by Young. That'll get away, and the run is going to come around. He will score as Nance comes off of third base. That was one where Young just had trouble picking it up off of the bounce, had trouble finding it. Once he did, it was just too late because there was going to be no way he could get turned around and get the throw.
A lot of spin on that pitch. When that ball hit that dirt, hit off his left shoulder of his chest protector, spun back here to the left, and the good aggressive lead by Nance at third is good secondary. He immediately broke on that ball and got in the home plate. Boy, Mount Vernon really gave one away there. Gift run for that run to go all the way around.
So good awareness. Sees Carbondale on top, 1-0. A runner on third, 2 outs. The 1-1 pitch will dip low and away to the right-handed Hoffman. He works ahead now, 2 balls and a strike. We'll tell you about our Ridley College player of the game. It'll come your way in our postgame show. Ridley College, of course, where you can save thousands on your college education. Find them online at rlc.edu to see how. The 2-1 comes. High and tight, 3 balls and a strike. And if you're Brock Fulkerson, can't be rattled here. You're going to have to recover and fire some strikes. Or maybe try to induce a ground ball.
The 26th pitch of the inning for Fulkerson.
Yikes, 3-1 coming. Misses low and away, and that'll put a runner aboard. Puts runners in corners now with 2 outs. Here in the top half of first, sees Carbondale on top 1-0 in a crucial South 7 Conference showdown.
Calm yourself. Sometimes people for big games can get a little too excited.
Of course, last time the Rams saw Jordan Kelly, he picked up a win in relief, but also hit a home run in the bottom half of the 10th. Not quite the dimensions of Carbondale, in case you just joined us or have never been to the field. 320 down the line, 365 in the gaps in left and right center. And then we're unsure, but we know it's over 400 to straightaway center. Good check swing, but it catches the outside corner of the right-hander Kelly. And Fulkerson will work ahead here, 0-1.
Wouldn't be surprised if Carbondale tries something here. You're getting down towards the bottom of the order, but Kelly can swing a stick. Guy can make contact. Might see Hoffman get a lead or maybe hit and run here early. There you go.
0-1 with the runner going. It's going to be across the plate. Fulkerson will cut it off. Sticks his arm out there, and it's going to be, I thought 0-2. Thought I saw the right arm go up. Yes, it is. Yeah. So no balls, 2 strikes with 2 on. Runners in scoring position for the Terriers. They continue to threaten here in the top half of the first inning. Well over the 25 pitch mark for Brock here in this first. Here comes the next one on the way on 0-2. This is going to be popped up, shallow right field. Jake Pike will be on the run to make the grab. And with 2 hands, the fundamentally sound grab will set Carbondale down, but not before they strike first. 1-0 Terriers through 1/2. This is Rams Baseball presented by Community First Bank.
Welcome back to Personal Banking is more than our tagline at Community First Bank. It's the truth. From our 5 locations in Jefferson County, the debit cards tied to local schools that we offer, the dozens of scholarships we provide to local youth, and even our president who sits at the front door. The Community First Bank difference is apparent. Our mission as Jefferson County's premier community bank is to provide the best customer service around. Stop by one of our 5 locations and experience true personal banking. Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Come see the 2013 Chevy Spark at Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon. It's just the right amount of small and stylish. It looks awesome, gets great fuel economy, and has lots of safety features like 10 airbags. It's fun to drive and is a safe car with lots of safety features like 10 airbags. You can parallel park the Spark where most cars wouldn't dare. And the Spark starts at just over $12,000. Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon, 3423 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
Find us on Facebook under WMIX Sports. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
WMIX, WMIXsports.com. Glad to have you with us. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski as we head to the bottom of the first from Brennan Klein Field. Carbondale on top 1-0 on an early walk and a wild pitch that allowed John Nance to cross the plate. That's been the difference thus far. Rams hoping to make a difference here in the home half. We need to meet them out for the batting order, courtesy of Central Christian Church.
Jake Pike, Landon Thomas, Colin Young, followed by Colton Metter, Trevor Flota, Matthew Williams, and then Pat Bradford, Sawyer Harrison, and Hayden Paninsky for the Mount Vernon Rams.
TheNewsCentral.com. Log on and watch their Friday night and Sunday services online. That's TheNewsCentral.com. Central Christian Church is loving God and loving people. Lefty to start for the Rams, followed by a right-hander, Pike, Thomas, and Young, respectively. On to face the crafty right-hander Weber. First pitch could be an out. It's a ground ball to the second baseman, Robinson. Fires over to Kelly at first, and 1 pitch, 1 out on the 4-3. We'll tell you about the Carbondale defense. Mitch Louder catches the pitcher, Joey Weber, crafty right-hander, who we talked about a lot in our last broadcast at Carbondale. From first to third, Jordan Kelly, Drew Robinson, Will Nadolski, and Levi Koper. Noah Thornburg out in left, Justin Hoffman in center, and Dylan Bird gets a start in right, though he does not bat, replaced by the DH. And the first pitch to left-handed Thomas is going to miss inside, low. 1 ball and no strikes. So the Rams already have it out on the board without a base runner. Here comes the next one down the middle. 1-1.
Little test from Mount Vernon. Jumped out early the last 2 games, big leads. This time they're behind out of the box.
Rams did lead pretty convincingly at times there in that first matchup. It's going to be a ground ball back to the second baseman. Robinson will pick it up. And the lefties go back-to-back to the right side of the infield in 4-3 putouts. Put 2 outs on the board, and it'll be up to Colin Young to avoid the Rams getting set down in order here in the first. We'll get you some scores throughout the afternoon, brought to you by Tony Wilton, State Farm Insurance. For all of your insurance needs, Tony would love to help you out. Visit him in his office off 42nd South Water Tower. See him online at TonyWilt.com, or look for that white State Farm Jeep around town as Young will take one low and away, almost in the dirt. 1-0 to the Ram catcher. They'll go on to play at Lindenwood Belleville next year. 1-0 on the way from Weber. Ooh, good pitch across the inside. Evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, nobody on. Carbondale on top, 1-0. As the Rams bat here in the home half of the first. Coaches, of course, for the Rams, Tim Holloway is your third base coach and head coach. Quinn McClure is assistant, trusty assistant in the first base box. And, of course, the always reliable Tom Fulkerson, the bench coach for this Rams baseball team. 1-2 on a pitch that was across the plate with 2 outs and nobody on. Will this be the out pitch to get Carbondale out? No, it won't. It'll be fouled off behind us. We do it again.
Where's our friend parked at?
Our friend is screened pretty well by a bunch of trucks.
Oh, okay. I don't know if he made it here or not.
Oh, he is not in a truck today, though. Not sure why. Didn't have far to drive. Not like he was worried about gas mileage. As we wait the 1-2, here it comes. Young is going to send this foul behind us, and we'll do it again as Collins stays alive, and if anything, at least extending the pitch count of the crafty Weber as the Ram pitcher Fulkerson went near the 30-pitch mark in that first inning.
Is that kind of a habit thing for our friend? Jumps in the car and takes off?
Well, for our friend, he just takes whatever's convenient. 1-2. Ouch. As that'll hit Young in the back, and it'll put a runner aboard. We'll see if the Rams can make Weber pay for that mistake.
Clayton Reeves.
Oh, it's not Tyler Ellis. Clayton Reeves. Reeves, of course, usually sees some time out in left field, I believe. Got the day off yesterday and did some running. And that'll bring up the hot-hitting Colton Metter. Actually, Young had a great day yesterday. 5 runs batted in a 12-5 win over the Murfreesboro Red Devils. Rams, of course, 21-5 on the year. I forget how many times they've won 25 games in recent memory, as this next pitch will miss outside. First pitch to Colton Metter, actually, and it's 1-0. Just past the bottom of the hour on WMIX Mount Vernon, a free service from Withers Broadcasting, worldwide at WMIXsports.com, where you can find our archived broadcast and the scoreboard every day. First pitch going to be laced into right center field. That'll get down for a bloop. Reeves will be held up at second base. And so a 2-out base hit by Metter puts 2 aboard for the Rams with an RBI chance for Florida.
Nub off the end of the bat toward right center. Drops harmlessly on the outfield grass there. Mount Vernon with a 2-out rally may be going on.
See what they can do. Rams looking to even it up here. Maybe take the lead if they can continue the hitting. Here in this bottom half of the first, Carbondale on top, 1-0. Nance walked and scored. The leadoff batter for the Terriers took advantage of a couple of Mount Vernon miscues. Pitch on the way is going to come inside to the right-handed Flota and the senior second baseman. We'll be behind here, 0-1. Flota, of course, as we've told you time and time again, will go play golf at UIS. That's University of Illinois Springfield next year. The man behind him in the order, I believe, will play golf at Rend Lake College as we await the 0-1. Swung on a miss on a pitch that tailed low and away, and it's going to be 0-2 here to Flota. Rams have 2 aboard with 2 outs in this bottom half of the first inning, but need to make something happen. Quite a few Rams are going to go on to do great things in college. I need to get the full list of kids who have signed. I'll work on that tonight, probably. As the 0-2 pitch comes to Flota, he's going to stay alive and just in the foul over our right shoulder. We'll do it again, 0-2. But at least the pitch count goes up.
Well, the pitch count's going up. Weber got things done so easily in the first 2 hitters that may have let down a little bit in this situation.
0-2 the count. Out of the stretch comes the crafty right-hander. Gets floated to chase after first base. Was occupied, but it is now. Of course, there were 2 outs, so good point. That'll set the Rams down on the throw to first base. A stranded pair here in the bottom half. Carbondale on top, 1-0. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
It happens every spring. You need a great quality new-to-you vehicle. There's a reason why Second Chance Auto has been helping put families into affordable, dependable vehicles for over 32 years. Honest, fair deals. Ain't nothing fancy, just great vehicles with warranties, honest deals, and bank rate financing for all. That's the only way Second Chance Auto will do business. And you don't even have to leave your home to get credit approval. Call Second Chance Auto at 244-4582 and get pre-approved right over the phone. They know bad things can happen to good people. Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon.
Don't just dream about a better job. Go get it with scores of programs that take 2 years, 1 year, or even just a few months to complete. Rend Lake College is your gateway to a career you'll love. From nursing to coal mining, from computer programming to cosmetology, and everything in between. Rend Lake College is affordable, convenient, and ready to get you trained for your new job fast. Call us at 618-437-5321 or visit us at rlc.edu.
Find us on Facebook under WMIX Sports. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
1 run on 1 hit for the Carbondale Terriers. No runs on 1 hit for the Rams. As we head at the top of the second, bottom of the order 2 up. It'll be Kofer, Thornburg, and Robinson. For the Terriers, who lead this 1-0 in a crucial South Pacific Conference game at Brennan Klein Memorial Field. Good fastball down the middle. Kofer falls behind here, 0-1. Next one on the way, chases after an outside pitch this time and misses, 0-2.
29 pitches in the first inning for Brock Fulkerson. Not what he envisioned, I'm sure, today, but that's a pitch around that.
Yes, he will. 0-2, trying to waste outside, get him a chase. Won't happen. 1 ball, 2 strikes now for Kofer, the third baseman. Here in this Terrier lineup, 13-9-1 on the year, 4-2 in the conference. As this next pitch is going to be sent into right field. Pike will wait for it and make the grab. As the last 2 Carbondale outs have gone to Jake Pike.
Late in the zone, bat dragging through. Good pitch by Fulkerson.
So as we told you, the Terriers got a big win against the Benton Rangers yesterday. We can say about who that alleged tie is against. I knew it one time. As the first pitch will come to Thornburg, and that'll be picked up by Williams, the shortstop. Fires over to first, and 6-3 is your second out. I think it was Nashville.
Quick inning here for Fulkerson would be wonderful.
Yes, it was. A 3-3 tie against Nash Vegas against the Hornets. Way back on March the 21st, the day after the coldest day of the baseball season, which was Wednesday, March the 20th. So 1-0 score, 2 outs and nobody on for the Terriers. Robinson, the number 9 batter, will take a pitch high and it misses 1-0.
There are still things trying to fall out after that day against Waterloo.
It's a bad day to sit on things, I know that. 1-0 coming. That's low and away. That might have been a different day as it's 2-0 now. I know it was for myself. So the Rams to the top of the conference at 5-1. Carbondale a game back at 4-2. Centralia, I believe, a game and a half back at 3-2. Of course, you have the Marion Wildcats at 2-3. This next one going to be laced right at the second baseman, Flota. So a soft line to retire the side in order here in the second. Through 1.5, it's 1-0. Carbondale on top. This is Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
Spring is here, and just about everyone wants to be more mobile. Stop by TMS Mobility, a division of the Medicine Shop Pharmacy, for all your mobility product needs. They carry a large selection of scooters, wheelchairs, and so much more. Best of all, you can rent them by the day, week, or month. The staff at TMS Mobility can take care of billing your insurance, too. TMS also carries a large selection of vehicle lifts for your scooter. Here's pharmacist and pharmacy owner Eric Black.
We service a 60-mile radius area. It's a pretty wide area. We service orders from several area hospitals, and we have the staff in place that really sets us apart. We have 3 respiratory therapists and 2 seating specialists to help with seating on wheelchair and power chair needs. And we just feel that we have the staff and the warehousing and the facilities in place to really set us apart from any of our competitors in the area.
TMS Mobility, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
Back to Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
And we welcome you back in the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by King City Chrysler Center, your Jeep headquarters in Southern Illinois. The all-new 2014 Jeep Patriot already rolling in. See their selection online at kingcitychrysler.com or see for yourself at 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Williams, Bradford, and Harrison to start for the Rams here, trailing 1-0 as we head to this home half of the second. Weber out of the windup. The right-hander fires. Williams is going to pop it up toward the first base dugout. Should scoot out of play, and it'll be 0-1.
Out of play. Why is the wind blowing in across that dugout?
There we go.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I can't write down my live reads if I do that, because I had to keep it on one side.
Yeah.
So I can't fold the book in half.
Bob Carpenter. What are those?
It's true. As we wait the 0-1 to Williams, here comes in the dirt. Good scoop there by Lauder, the catcher. And
we gave our peoples the day off, so they can't executive produce us today. Some are sunbathing.
1-1 the count here to the senior shortstop. It comes inside.
Guilty conscience over there. See that how that works?
It's 2-1.
I didn't even say anything to directly.
No, you didn't. That's a good time yesterday, though.
Quick look over here. I don't know what was going on.
Matt Murphy, as the Rams got 12-5 win. Ooh, waved at and missed to Williams. Pull the string on that one, 2-2.
12-5 win, a good barbecue. Can't beat a trip to Murphy.
Yeah, that's good barbecue.
Win and eat well.
Barbecue again. Different legendary place today. 2-2 coming. This one, opposite way. Watch out.
Okay.
Look out the fence there, Photog.
Save that camera.
He's all right.
Nah, they didn't even flinch.
No. Separates the men from the boys. Two balls,
like
two
the Yankees sitting in the dugout.
Here comes. Make or break, maybe? Nope. It's going to be fisted. Ooh, a blooper possibly. Let's see what happens. On the run is Bird. Won't be able to get to a good piece of hitting by Matthew Williams.
Great hitting. Took the outside pitch that way, and a less than stellar route to the ball. I mean, the outfielder's got to understand that ball's going to come back to him off a right-handed bat. Took a route like it was going away from him. That's why the ball dropped in front of him. Wasted a lot of
We did kind of the ice cream cone.
Yeah.
Where he went around, half circle.
He took backwards instead of understanding. Now, if the left-handed hitter, you want to go backwards, but on a right-handed hitter that way, you want to come in and curl your route a little bit.
So runner on first, and they'll give the old heave-ho, half-hearted effort on the check. We'll see what happens to Pat the Bat. Pat, of course, the DH today, batting for the pitcher, Brock Fulkerson. Number 7 batter stands in. It'll be in the dirt, and that's going to be not enough for Williams to go on down to second. We'll tell you about our official voice, Community First Bank of the Heartland. See Joanne Joy or Terry Procyse for a commercial loan and see why they welcome you back to personal banking. At Community First Bank of the Heartland with locations in Mount Vernon, Dix, Woodlawn, and Ina. 5 locations between the 4 towns. I mean, there's 2 somewhere, and that's right here in Mount Vernon. Before we get to the 1-0 from Weber to his catcher Louder with the batter Bradford in the right-handed box, they'll check on Williams at first base. As complicated as I just made that sound. 1-0 coming. Ooh, that is going to bounce off the plate and get away. Ooh, good stop. The throw is going to be off the mark, however, and that's going to get into center field. Taking third base now, at least making the attempt, will be Williams on a head-first dive, and so that'll be an error on the catcher. And that allows Matty Williams to take third base and get the Rams tying run 90 feet.
One of those is a catcher or player. The bag is already taken. Don't give him another one. And that compounded it. Rubbed salt in the wound of the error. They threw it over there.
And to add insult to injury, perhaps, at least figuratively speaking, it's also a 2-0 count on the batter Bradford. So out of the stretch, Weber will come. Again, here it comes. Bradford swings through, and that was a good pitch to swing at because that was probably going to be a called strike in the outside corner, but you never know. It's 2-1.
Little hook there. Tough to throw that one in a 2-0 situation.
Runner on third, nobody out. Ooh, bottom fell out of that one, swung and a miss, and it's 2-2 to Pat the Bat.
That was an impressive pitch. That was more than the one before. I'm telling you, that one there was quality, grade A.
That was a dandy, there's no doubt. See what happens on 2-2. Comes inside this time. It'll be a ball 3.
Pat wanted to leave that left elbow in there, just couldn't do it. Take the pitch.
Got correspondence for us today.
That's scary.
Well, I was texting our trainer.
Oh, they got
our
Lady Rams,
who's over there.
Yeah.
Gary Hammond, of course, Orthopedic Center, who also, they're one of our fine sponsors, but
Lady Rams
told me that she doesn't have to, I don't have to text her our score. She's texted me theirs. It's a full count pitch coming to Bradford. Gets a little bit on it. It'll be a ground ball to short. Nadolski picks it up, fires a high one. Good tag there by the first baseman, Kelly. And so it'll still go down to 6-3, but she said, I don't have to text her our score because she follows us on Twitter. So you can follow us as well at WMIX Sports, and we hope that you'll do. All that aside, being spoiled today. I can tell you over there on the softball diamond, they're scoreless after 1. Lady Rams and the Terriers. It's a big one for the Lady Rams.
They get a starter back in the lineup today.
Here comes with a runner on third, swung through by Sawyer Harrison, who stands in for the first time, and it's 0-1. Really?
Corners in, infield halfway here.
A starter back today for the Lady Rams, huh?
Look like it. Maybe take some BP.
Nice. Let's hope. 0-1 coming. It's going to be inside. That'll turn Harrison in. Evens the count up, a 1-1 strike. A runner on third, one out here in the bottom of the second. Carbondale leads 1-0. Scored that run back in the first with a leadoff batter who walked, and then came home a wild pitch. 1-1, swung and a miss. It's 1-2, and the Rams' bottom portion of the order is going to have to get something done today. Hottest bat probably in that part of the lineup is Aiden Paneski, who's on deck. These are over the course of the past few games. He follows us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. You do the same. 1-1. Check swing. Could be deep enough in the right field. That's actually going to be trouble for the Terriers. That'll be an RBI double at least, as Harrison is on his horse being waved around. Could turn into a triple. Here comes the throw, not in time. And that'll be an RBI triple by Sawyer Harrison.
Got it in the air, drove that pitch out to right field for the RBI triple. Nice piece of hitting, and the Rams tied it up at 1.
So 1-1 is your score here in the bottom half of the second. And for Hayden Paninsky to stand in with only one out, still a chance to get the go-ahead run across the plate here in the second inning. So let's make that Second Chance Auto is one of our fine sponsors. We'll tell you more about them after the first pitch to Paninsky. Out of the windup will come the Weber offering. Just comes across the plate as it tries to go in, outside to inside. And it's 0-1 to Paninsky. Largest selection of vehicles priced at $10,000 in one location resides at Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. A pitch that's going to get away, not far enough for Harrison, but good brakes as he's able to get back.
Sawyer had to put the air brakes on. Not only the brakes, but the air brakes had to squawk a little bit that time.
I think there's some sort of ordinance where you're really not supposed to do that in this part of town, except an emergency, and I think that qualifies. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the second inning, tied at 1. Here comes the pitch on the way from Weber, and this one will be sent the opposite way. Bird will make a nice grab off of the ground.
Out.
He's out. Tagging at third base and coming home with the go-ahead on the sac fly RBI is Sawyer Harrison. He did have to go back and tag up, as that was one that he did catch, but when Bird tried to come up to transition for a throw, it came out of the glove. So that is an out. It'll be 2 outs, but most importantly, it's 2-1 Rams. A good, albeit ugly, sac fly in terms of the finished defensive product. So the lefty, Jake Pike, stands in here in the second. He grounded out to, oddly enough, second base his last time. They're going to appeal. And appeal not granted, as Mr. Downey confirms that he did tag up. Can't blame Carbondale for trying that, though. And with 2 outs and the base is empty, Pike looks to get this inning rejuvenated and fouls one off, 0-1. Landon Thomas will come up to get it. They're also scoreless in Centralia in baseball. After 1, the Orphans of Comanches. Pike's going to drop one down first base side. The catcher will fire to first. Good play by Louder to pick it up just inside the foul line. So there go the Rams in the second, but they get ahead of the Terriers 2-1. This is Mount Vernon Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois proudly welcomes Dr. Brian Steinke to their medical staff. Dr. Steinke earned his medical degree at the University of Illinois in Chicago and has degrees in anatomy and physiology from UC Berkeley, and he brings prestigious credentials to the center. Dr. Steinke is a gifted physician and contributor to orthopedic textbooks. Call 618-242-3778 or visit their informative website at orthocenter-si.com.
I know you've heard about mortgage rates being all-time lows, but have you done anything about it yet? Hi, I'm Rick Pigg, mortgage lender at Community First Bank. There's never been a better time at buying a home or refinancing an existing mortgage. The sooner you act, the more you save, and we'll be there to help you through every step of the way. For more information, visit us at comfirstbank.net or stop by one of our 5 locations.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Mount Vernon Rams Baseball on WMIX and WMIXsports.com.
And if you're tired of big corporate banking, you have a choice in Jefferson County. Community First Bank is at home in Dix, Ina, Woodlawn, and Mount Vernon. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, welcome back to Rams Baseball. As we head to the top of the third, top of the order due up for the Terriers, who have fallen behind 2-1 here. After the Rams get a couple across the plate in that ever so important bottom half of the second. Fulkerson out of the windup. Fires the first pitch strike past John Nance, who walked and scored back in the first. Represents the lone offense thus far for the Terriers. 0-1. It's Fulkerson likes to work quickly. It's going to be popped up foul territory toward the Carbondale dugout. Metter and Young on the run. It'll be Colton that comes up with it. Arm will even bang off of the little fence there they have in front of the dugout. But still good enough for the first down of the inning.
And that's a great play. That's an out favor there is what that is. That's one of those Carbondale probably thought they'd get another out, another swing, and they lose an out that way.
Whoa. Got a softball score from Detroit. Cahokia. First pitch on the way. Ooh, down the middle. To Nadolski, who's singled. And it's 0-1. We do have a softball update. The Centralia Annies lead Cahokia as the next pitch will be tapped foul, hits the batter. 12-0. After 1, the Annies lead Cahokia. Of course, the Annies trying to keep pace with the Terriers on the girls' South 7 side. Carbondale 6-1, Centralia 5-1 the South 7. 0-2 pitch. Good waste effort that time. It'll be 1-2 as that drops into the dirt, trying to get Nadolski to chase. Marion not far behind either. They're actually only a game back at 4-1, so 3 teams with only 1 loss in the column. As this one's going to be a comebacker right up the middle, a frozen rope into center field, and that'll be a 1-out base hit for Will Nadolski.
Second one of the day for him. He's got a good read on Fulkerson today. Nice piece of hitting, just took it right back up the middle.
That'll bring in the catcher Louder, grounded out to the pitcher Fulkerson back in the first inning. Now comes in with a runner on and 1 out. Tying run on first base for the Terriers, who trail 2-1. South 7 implications here. Of course, Carbondale and Centralia both with 2 losses. Rams only with 1. Carbondale needs this one, as do the Rams, and they'll check on the runner at first, and Nadolski gets back with a head-first dive. Not much they were going to be able to do there. Of course, our scoreboard updates are powered by Tony Wilt, State Farm Insurance. For all of your insurance and financial service needs, see Tony in his office, look at the website at TonyWilt.com, or try to find that white State Farm Jeep around town. He'd love to handle all of your insurance needs. As they check on the runner at first, again, nothing doing. So a conservative lead for Nadolski off of first. Now a secondary one as the pitch will miss high to Louder. His first pitch seen in this at-bat, 1-0. Carbondale, you get the sense, a lot of confidence coming into today, knowing that they had previously beaten the Rams at their place. If they check on the runner, Fulkerson fires to first. Metter applies the tag, but not in time on Will Nadolski, the shortstop, who's 2 for 2. Louder 0 for 1. We told you he grounded back to the pitchers last time. As they're going to try again. Leaning to the right side that time, leaning towards second base. Just gets back in the nick of time. See if Nadolski makes a similar mistake this time. Trying to pick up some of the tendencies in this Carbondale lineup. 1-0 is the count of the batter in a 2-1 ball game with the Rams on top, and this one's going to be popped sky high. Right center field. Thomas is going to call off his right fielder. Good move by Landon Thomas, and there's your second out.
Comes over and gets that. Knox makes the catch over in right field. Wynn held it up, called off Jake Pike. Interesting to see if Carbondale will send Nadolski early in the count here.
Of course, as we take a further look at the South 7 girls standings, Lady Rams are 2-4. Sitting in 4th place. Probably the biggest surprise in the season is that Altop is 0-5 in the conference, as they will check on the runner at first base again before the first pitch to the pitcher, Weber. He's back safely. That's Will Nadolski. 1-out single, but now 2 outs on the board here in the top of the third of a 2-1 Ram lead. Pitch on the way, swung on a miss. 0-1. And Cahokia, of course, no wins on the season. Baseball side, however, much improved over the course of the past few years. Chris Schaefer, the coach, will see him tomorrow. The 0-1 foul back behind us. And it's now 0-2. We'll do it again here. Brock Fulkerson trying to get the Rams out of the inning. Pitch count starting to climb after a 29-pitch first inning.
Nothing doing. Weber's up there to hit. So Nadolski staying put.
As we wait the 0-2, this one is going to be popped up toward right center. Pretty high again, but Thomas is going to call off his right fielder and make the grab. How confident are the Rams in Landon Thomas in center? They're already coming off the field. So there go the Terriers here in the third, through 2.5, still 2-1 Rams. This is Mount Vernon Baseball from WMIX Sports.
How do the best continue to get better? Hi, this is Chase Landers with Landers Collision Centers. We're no different than any team. When you're at the top of your game, the best want to play for you. That's why, with the addition of our new shop foreman and the rest of our body shop crew, Landers now has a combined experience of over 70 years in dealing with the best parts and repair finishes on the market. This means when you walk into Landers, you can breathe a little easier knowing that your vehicle will receive the best quality repair by the best certified technicians within a reasonable amount of time. Again and again, we work directly with most insurance companies and have loaners and rental vehicles on site for your convenience. We're proud to not only be the standard, but to keep raising the bar in collision repair. Come meet the staff, take a tour of our facilities, and get to know the Landers crew that Landers Collision has so proudly acquired. Big or small, Landers fixes them all. Give us a call, 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS.
Listen to us from any device at WMIXsports.com. This is Rams Baseball on WMIX.
And we welcome you back to Rams Baseball as we enter the home half of the third. Rams have taken a 2-1 lead over the Terriers. Did it with some offense in the bottom half of the second behind Matthew Williams and Sawyer Harrison's base hits and a sac fly RBI from Hayden Peninsky. And now it'll be up to Landon Thomas, Colin Young, and Colton Metter maybe to use that momentum here in this bottom half of the third inning, powered by Community First Bank. Familiar faces in new places. Community First Bank continues to expand in Jefferson County. Welcome back to Personal Banking, member FDIC. So Weber out of the windup, and the right-hander's offering is going to miss outside to the left-handed batter, and it's 1-0 to Thomas. Good look. Good eye, rather.
4 pitches, now 35 for Weber so far. Both pitchers, so they don't start trimming their pitch counts a bit, won't be long for this game. So the 1-0 on the way. Of course, Landon Thomas was in pretty good shape to get the win back on April the 4th. For whatever reason, Carbondale was able to, get some offense going in the latter portion and then hit the walk-off homer in the 10th. Here comes. It's going to be a ground ball to the right side on the 2-0 pitch, picked up by the second baseman. And for back-to-back at-bats, it's a 4-3 for Landon Thomas. That in itself is an unusual occurrence. All Stars and Stitches, another of our fine sponsors. See McDave and the crew at All Stars and Stitches, just west of Benton High School, or call 435-5555. Screen printing, apparel, of course, promotional products, signs, banners, plaques, trophies. All Stars and Stitches in Benton. Out of the windup, it'll be Young to stand in, and it'll miss low and away for a 1-0 count. Getting set and swung and a miss outside. The count now even. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom half of the inning. See what happens. 1-1. Ooh, low and away. 2-1 now to Young. Metter on deck for the Rams. 2-1. Mount Vernon on top. Looking to improve to 22-5 on the year with a chance to get to 24 wins before week's end. Of course, difficult road games at Cahokia and Althoff to conclude the week after today, as it's going to catch outside to Young 2-2.
A lot of people checking it out here today.
Good day for baseball. 2-2. Ooh, swung on a pitch in the dirt. Catcher will fly to tag, and that'll be your second out here in the third.
Pitcher's pitch that time. Started down.
So Colton Metter with nobody on and 2 out. Not much to clean up here for the number 4 batter. Colton, of course, singled but was stranded back in the first as the Rams hitting got started late. And he'll take a first pitch on the inside corner. The right-hander falls behind, 0-1. Senior first baseman. He went to go at third to start his varsity career for Tim Holloway and then got moved to first. The 0-1 coming. Of course, Colton suffered a tough luck injury in the first game of the year last year. Returned later in the season. First base was an open position, and, of course, Sawyer Harrison had come on at third. Played well there ever since. The 1-1's going to be fouled off. Trevor Flota was going to give it an effort. It'll bounce right back to him, so he won't take too many steps out of the on-deck circle. Fires it back to the catcher, and then back to the home plate umpire, John Downey, who's doing a magnificent job, as always, behind the plate. We wait the 1-2. Here it comes, and this is going to be a ground ball. Hey, Tim Holloway off the hop plays it nicely, and we do the 1-2 again. Score update, Lady Rams and the Terriers tied at 1. Anna Wright with a solo shot provides the offense for Lady Rams there at the Cusimano Sports Complex. Good times. That'd be a good get for the Lady Rams. They can hang in there today. 1-2 coming. This one is going to be popped up into right. Could be a fly out here. As the right fielder, Bird, will get underneath it. So that'll do it for the Rams. 1-2-3 in order here in the third through 3. Still 2-1 Mount Vernon. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Hi, I'm Bria Ashby with Community First Bank. It's always my goal to make the transition to Community First Bank as easy as possible for our customers. Our handy switch kit helps in doing just that. Whether it's direct deposit, auto transfers, or online banking, I'm here to help. Come see me at our 42nd Street location to open your account today and let me remind you how banking should be. Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Startup businesses, and they come in the door, they're pretty green.
Randy Atkinson, owner of Heartland Accounting, on why he is a small business expert.
I have had businesses where I've talked to people in their garage and have grown it to work in 3 states. There's a lot of tremendous opportunity to help people from the very inception of their business, whether it's just talking about what does it take to become successful? What sorts of things do we need to stay legal? I feel very qualified to help people get to where they want to be. I've had that experience and have helped that situation become successful.
Heartland Accounting, 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B.
You're listening to Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
And we welcome you back, Mount Vernon Baseball, WMIX and WMIXsports.com. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Terriers, as Fulkerson looking to get to work quickly on Justin Hoffman. It'll be Metter. Great play over there by the first baseman. Throws back to his pitcher covering the bag, and that'll be a 3-1 on Hoffman to bring up Jordan Kelly, who flew out to right his last time. Some might say flied out to right. We prefer not.
No, flew.
We try to respect the English language as we go along. Of course, we're just past the 5 o'clock hour. We'll take care of that in just a moment. But if you're looking for the WMIX News at 5, you'll have to tune over to 94.1 FM. As the first pitch to Kelly from the right-handed Fulkerson will miss outside. And just like that, it's a 1-0 count. Next pitch was low. And out. 2-0. There's Staley of Country Financial, another of our sponsors here on WMIX. She's been with us all along this season as the 1-1 comes. It'll be fouled off near the first base dugout. Kelly stays alive at the plate. 1 out, nobody on for the Terriers here in the top of the fourth. I have the opposite of that. It is a 2-1 count. Good deal. Fulkerson out of the windup. Ooh, fouled off to stay alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Jordan Kelly.
Fulkerson and Weber are working like they got getaway plans. Playing ticket out of town or something because they have picked up the pace here in the last couple innings.
Folk prefers to work quickly, thankfully. As we wait the 2-2. Just misses outside of the right-handed Kelly. First baseman, played basketball, of course, for Jim Miller. Remember him well. Full count, 1 out, bases empty. Ooh, swung on a miss. And with that strikeout, we'll pause for station identification. This is Rams Radio.
You're listening to Rams Baseball on AM 940 WMIX, Mount Vernon, Effingham, Terre Haute, and online at WMIXsports.com. A free service from Withers Broadcasting.
And first pitch to Levi Kofer. We fouled off toward the first base side of the brick backstop at Brennan Klein Memorial Field. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside here in the top of the fourth. Carbondale trails the Rams 2-1. Next pitch, going to be a soft pop-up. Will escape the infield at well near this, actually well past the skin of the grass. It'll be grabbed by Landon Thomas. So there go the Terriers, 1, 2, 3 in the fourth. We are through 3.5, still 2-1 Rams. This is Mount Vernon Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
Spring is here, and just about everyone wants to be more mobile. Stop by TMS Mobility, a division of the Medicine Shop Pharmacy, for all your mobility product needs. They carry a large selection of scooters, wheelchairs, and so much more. Best of all, you can rent them by the day, week, or month. The staff at TMS Mobility can take care of billing your insurance, too. TMS also carries a large selection of vehicle lifts for your scooter. Here's pharmacist and pharmacy owner Eric Black.
We service a 60-mile radius area. It's a pretty wide area. We service orders from several area hospitals, and we have the staff in place that really sets us apart. We have 3 respiratory therapists and 2 seating specialists to help with seating on wheelchair and power chair needs. And we just feel that we have the staff and the warehousing and the facilities in place to really set us apart from any of our competitors in the area.
TMS Mobility, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
Back to the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios. This is Rams Baseball on WMIX.
AM 940 and WMIXsports.com. So glad to have you as we head to the bottom half of the fourth. Trevor Flota, Matthew Williams, and Pat Bradford due up for Tim Holloway's Rams, who lead the Carbondale Terriers 2-1. 1 run, 2 hits for the Dogs, 2 runs, 3 hits for the Rams. And we'll see if Trevor Flota can get a good start here on the Carbondale pitcher, Joey Weber. No decision last time, as did the Rams starting pitcher Landon Thomas in a game that went 10 innings, and it resulted in a walk-off home run and a win, oddly enough, for Jordan Kelly. He picked up the win in relief and really helped out his own cause. The 1-0 coming, ground ball hit to Trevor's counterpart, Drew Robinson. And 4-3 will be your first down here in the fourth.
Nobody's really getting any good aluminum on either side here lately off Fulkerson or Weber. We've got pitching duel going on now.
Yeah, we do. Tomorrow is the day that anything could happen. Are you ready? When you meet with Sarah Staley at Country Financial in Mount Vernon, you get a one-on-one relationship and a plan to meet your goals. Country Financial, what's your idea Not financial security, maybe some security here as the Rams try to get one up the middle. Good at bat by Matthew Williams. First pitch seen, laced through the left side of the infield, past the diving shortstop, Will Nadolski, and that'll be a one-out single.
That ball hit the skip of the grass out there and stayed down, and then when it hit that hard dirt, it just skipped right on the outfield. No chance for a shortstop to make the play.
None whatsoever. Matthew Williams, of course, with a single and a run, now 2 of 2 with that second single. Makes the case to be a Red Lake College player of the game. Red Lake College could save you thousands on your college education, oddly enough. That's where he's going. That was not intended whatsoever. That just worked out masterfully as Bradford will try to rip through a fastball high and misses nothing at one. But they have over 100 degree certificate programs at Red Lake. See which is right for you at rlc.edu. A guy that I'd be surprised that maybe he's done something that I've missed it would be Colton Metter. Bradford has an 0-1 count. They check on the runner, Williams, at first base. So 1 on, 1 gone here in the Rams half of the fourth. Bradford's going to look that in the middle of the catcher Louder for a strike inside corner. 0-2.
A little harder version of the curveball snapped off that time.
No kidding.
A little more fierce of a break rather than that 12-6 look for a slow curveball.
So no balls, true strike. 1 on and 1 out here in the bottom half of the fourth. 2-1 ball game. And soft throw over to first base. That had a hitch in the turnaround.
That was a courtesy check. I wasn't anything more than that.
Here comes the pitch on the way, and that'll be a strikeout. That's a good pitch right down the middle. Bradford, for whatever reason, has some trouble with it, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Good idea for Williams not to go off that fastball. Williams was going and shut her down when he saw what was going on with that fastball.
Brilliant idea. The right-handed Sawyer Harrison will stand in. Had an RBI triple his last time to tie the game. Came around on a sac fly RBI by Hayden Paninsky. And that's been the only Ram offense thus far. Now with 2 outs and a runner on first, he'll take a first pitch bender inside for a strike. 0-1. Second Chance Auto, another of our Ram sponsors. Find them on Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Largest selection of pre-owned vehicles priced at $10,000. Now credit approval right over the phone. 244-4582 as they check on the runner at first. Matthew Williams has been sitting there for an at-bat. Of course, Bradford struck out. It'll be up to Sawyer Harrison to keep the inning alive, maybe get the Rams some insurance. This will be swung through on the 0-1. Good pitch that time by Weber, and it's 0-2 now. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The runner aboard first is Matthew Williams, trying not to get stranded. It'll be the third Ram left on base. Paninsky's going to get a piece of it. Tomahawks it in the right field. Bird is on the run, and he'll have to leap over his sliding second baseman Robinson to make the grab. So there go the Rams. We are through 4, still 2-1 Mount Vernon. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
It happens every spring. You need a great quality, new-to-you vehicle. There's a reason why Second Chance Auto has been helping put families into affordable, dependable vehicles for over 32 years. Honest, fair deals. Ain't nothing fancy, just great vehicles with warranties, honest deals, and bank rate financing for all. That's the only way Second Chance Auto will do business. And you don't even have to leave your home to get credit approval. Call Second Chance Auto at 244-4582 and get pre-approved right over the phone. They know bad things can happen to good people. Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon.
Startup businesses, and they come in the door, they're pretty green.
Randy Atkinson, owner of Heartland Accounting, on why he is a small business expert.
I have had businesses where I've talked to people in their garage and have grown it to work in 3 states. There's a lot of tremendous opportunity to help people from the very inception of their business, whether it's just talking about what does it take to become successful, what sorts of things do we need to stay legal. I feel very qualified to help people get to where they want to be. I've had that experience and have helped that situation become successful.
Heartland Accounting, 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B.
Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
WMIX, WMIXsports.com. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski, courtesy of Community First Bank of the Heartland. Your community, your choice, your bank. With 5 locations and friends and neighbors on staff who understand your needs, Community First Bank keeps it simple. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC. As for the Terriers, we will see 8, 9, and 1 in the lineup with Noah Thornburg, Drew Robinson, and John Nance. All a combined 0 of 3 today with a run scored. As the first pitch strike from Brock Fulkerson hits the outside corner, 0-1 to the right-handed left fielder, Noah Thornburg. Next one quickly on the way. Out in front, it's going to be a ground ball down the third baseline. Rolls foul. And it's 0-2.
That ball roll and squeeze it when it gets past that white line. Don't let it kick off that ledge and come back. Good play by Colin Young there.
course, some may be wondering why the dive on the knees, and that's exactly why. It's so he could get it across the foul line and stop it from rolling back fair. No balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, nobody out, of course. Thornburg getting it started. Again, Robinson and Nance do up here in the inning. Nadolski, should anybody get aboard. And, of course, barring any changes, just Coach Firschbacher's lineup. 13-9-1 are the Terriers, 4-2 in the conference. Losses to Althoff and Cahokia. The 0-2 pitch will be high for a 1-2 count. The WMIX Sports Mobile Studios are driven by Ford Square, 1501 Broadway, Mount Vernon. More on them after the 1-2. Dips in the dirt to the right-hander, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The all-new redesigned 2013 Ford Fusion. Plenty in stock. Great selection. FordSquare.com or see for yourself at 1501 Broadway here in the King City. That's Route 15. 2-2 going to be put in the right. Pike on the run, and that's going to see its way for a base hit. Good pickup there by Jake.
Little bleeder for the third hit of the Terriers. Just a dunk over first baseman's head down there in the Bermuda Triangle. Nobody can get it over there on the right side.
Leadoff batter for the Terriers only reached once today. We saw what happened then. That was their only offense. 1 run, 3 hits for the Terriers, 2 runs, 4 hits for the Rams. And now with a runner on first, Colton Metter is going to have to try to hold the runner with Drew Robinson standing in. Oddly enough, he popped up to his counterpart his last time. Play for a bunt. Misses high and away, and it's 1-0. Carbondale tendencies are a little easier to pick up here, at least for the man to my left. Here comes the 1-0. It's going to be low and away. Chest is breaking out here in the King City. Winds are calm, maybe about 5 miles per hour out of the south. Not the 9 that we started with, and certainly not the gusts we're familiar with. Bunt pushed down the first base line. Metter is going to tag the runner. So that'll be 3 unassisted. Of course, Justin Wyan, who does a great job in the infield, points at where the tag was applied to the Carbondale dugout. Good move there. And that'll be your first out on the sacrifice, but it does advance the runner.
Play by Metter there. In that case, again, if he has a question on whether he had the tag or not, Metter, go ahead and throw it to first. Don't tag and then wait.
Ooh, a good game breaking out in Perry County today. I did forget that that's where our good friend Jeffrey Drake was today, as the first pitch to the right-hander John Nance swung on a miss. Of course, our sister station WEBQ has Pinckneyville-Harrisburg baseball today. Pinckneyville leads Harrisburg 2-1 in the 4th. You got to feel cheated sometimes. You see the Rams and the Panthers battle it out as the 0-1 comes. It's going to be a ground ball, tap foul, first base side, 0-2. The Rams always get the Panthers on the first game of their season. Rams usually get a game in, and past couple of years, it's been a little lopsided in favor of the guys from the King City, but Pinckneyville always manages to put it together over the course of the season. Of course, Coach Englehart does a great job down there, and they have a 2-1 lead over the Harrisburg Bulldogs in the 4th. Runner on second, an 0-2 count on the batter with 1 out here at the top of the 5th. A 2-1 Ram lead as this next pitch is high for 1-2. Scoreboard updates today furnished by Tony Wilton, State Farm Insurance. For all of your insurance and financial service needs, see Tony. Find him online at TonyWilt.com. Especially look for that white State Farm Jeep around town. You'd be surprised how Tony Wilt can get you a better state with State Farm. It's going to be a pop fly to center field. No problem. Can of corn, as they say, for Landon Thomas, and that's 2 outs.
That's the big batter here. How careful do you need to be here with Mr. Nadolski, a 2 hits already? The guy behind him only has a ground out to the pitcher and a fly out to the center. You have options.
Of course, you have the old adage that the guy behind might be too, but Nadolski has been trouble. 2 of 2, 2 singles. Stranded both times, so maybe that's a good omen if he gets aboard. Of course, a base hit could tie the ball game. First pitch was low and away to the right-handed shortstop. 1 ball, no strikes. Here at the top of the 5th. Again, it's 2-1. Rams clinging to the 1-run lead. Brock Fulkerson trying to get him out of the inning, and his pitch count has escalated. 1-0 coming. More sidearm that time as it's pushed outside. 2-0. Interesting. Fulkerson out of the stretch. The 2-0 coming. Ooh, just misses high. And it's 3-0.
Maybe a case of being careful here.
True.
Take your chances with the one on deck.
3-0, 2 outs, a runner on. Here comes, and that's going to miss outside. So you get the old feeling of the unintentional, intentional walk. 2 outs and 2 on, and now you extend your force out options.
Well, you see if he was going to chase early in the count and win, but also he didn't. You kind of don't want to mess with him.
The guy is on. He's on. Rhea Ashby, personal banker at Community First Bank of the Heartland, will welcome you back to personal banking right here in the King City. Learn more at ComFirstBank.net about the principles and missions of Community First Bank of the Heartland, the official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams on WMIX. 2 on, 2 out. Here comes the first pitch to the catcher. May work out here. It's going to take a bad hop on Williams. Will he have a throw to first base? Good job there by Metter to try to stay on the bag, but just in time. And maybe a rock or a bad hop could haunt the Rams here with the bases loaded and 2 out.
Trouble brewing. Weber would love to give himself the lead here.
So, bases juice, 2 outs, top of the 5th, and this is what it's all about. The pitcher a chance to help out his own cause with the bases crammed. 0 of 2 today, ground out to third base, back in the first inning. Popped up to center, back in the third. Of course, when it gets out to center sometimes, it's straight away. It's not much of a pop-out, but that one didn't go very far into right center field to end the third. Here comes the first pitch to the pitcher, Weber, and he'll take it up and in for ball 1. The Rams trying to be cautious here, but can't afford too much with the bases loaded in the top half of the 5th and the tying run at third base. Go-ahead run at second. Insurance run at first. And danger at the plate. 1-0 coming. High again, 2-0. He's getting up there.
Yeah. Got to go after these hitters.
See what happens on the 2-0. 2 gone, bases loaded in the 5th. Pitch on the way is going to catch the low and away edge of the zone. Now a 2-1 count is at least Fulkerson able to get on the board in terms of a strike count here. After cracking the goose egg, we'll see if maybe he can even it up. 2 balls and a strike, top of the 5th. Rams on top 2-1, but for how much longer? Is this one's going to be a comebacker off of the pitcher? No problem for Flota. He'll step on the bag, and Carbondale strands the bases loaded in the 5th. We are through 4.5. Still 2-1 Rams. The Terriers may have squandered an opportunity. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Learn to live healthy, learn to live well, and learn how you can live free from unexpected medical expense with a major medical expense policy from Pekin Insurance and the Page Agency. Health insurance that covers hospital, medical, and surgical expenses offers a wide choice of deductibles and a non-tobacco user discount, too. Rising medical costs don't have to be a problem with a major medical expense policy from Pekin Insurance. This is coverage we hope you'll never need, but you just can't be without. Call the Page Agency at 242-7000 about a major medical health insurance plan today.
I'm Andy Robb with a look at your next rad weather. For this afternoon, mostly sunny skies, warm and breezy for a high 81. Clear skies tonight, low 53 in the countryside to 58 in town. Partial sunshine for tomorrow, high 83. Wednesday night, low 56. Mostly cloudy on Thursday with a shower or thunderstorm around. The high for Thursday, 72 to 76. Next rad weather from WMIX, Mount Vernon, Illinois.
You're listening to Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
WMIX, WMIXSports.com. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside Avery Barton back at our Mount Vernon studio. As for the Rams, it'll be 9-1-2 in the bottom of the 5th, and they escaped. Probably take a little bit of a breath of relief here as Carbondale stranded the bases loaded in the top half of the inning, and so now maybe momentum shifts back ever so slightly back to that of the Rams. Here at Peninsky, Pike, and Thomas do up.
Mount Vernon needs some runs.
That they do. Some insurance to build this 2-1 lead. As the first pitch to the senior Peninsky. Hey, that's a senior finally, isn't he? Yep. Doesn't seem like it, but it seems like he should be, if that makes sense. As we await the 1-0, and here comes smidge inside.
Choicey. Groove one, box it.
Back fly RBI to his credit. That put the go-ahead run across the plate back in the second. Since then, all goose eggs for both teams. At least in the run column, as he'll take a strike on the 2-0, makes it 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 coming. Ooh, ground ball up the middle. Will anybody get there? Maybe the shortstop Nadolski. He can't. C&I single right up the middle, just over the second base bag. And I'll put a runner aboard for Jake Pike, who's 0 of 2, but he's due.
Just a 5 hopper up the middle nobody can get to.
Can Jake Pike make himself a candidate for the Red Lake College Player of the Game Award? See which of the more than 100 degree and certificate programs is right for you at rlc.edu, or find out more about athletics at rlc.edu/warriors. So Peninsky, a bit of a lead off of the first base bag, and Pike trying to drop down a bunt. Nope. And it's 0-1.
That ball darted in on him. There's no way to drop a bat down for a bunt on that one. That's just a tough hit.
And then committed enough to where there's going to be no way he could possibly pull back. The old double doozy. So left-handed Pike stands back in as they check on the base runner, Peninsky. Not much doing there on the throw. The Rams put together here in the home half of the fifth. Bunt that time is going to be right back to the first base side. Pitcher Weber will pick it up, and it looks like maybe Kelly picks his foot off of the bag. Justin Lyons says no. That's what we'll go with. And that'll be the first out, but his sacrifice will at least get the runner over to scoring position.
A lot of people hopping around looking there on that one. I think Carbondale caught a break. Mount Vernon has to do something else with it.
So it'll go down as a sacrificed 1-3. A runner on second now for the Rams, and a good RBI chance for Landon Thomas, who's ground out to second both times today. Here's we approach the bottom of the 5 o'clock hour on Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank. We'll tell you more about Count First in a moment. Pitch on the way. Catches low. It's going to be 0-1 here to Thomas. Of course, Rick Pigg, Joanne Joy, Ramona Flanagan, Jim Davis can help you out with residential loans at Community First Bank. They'll welcome you back to personal banking as well. As the next pitch is going to be low. It evens the count at 1-1 strike. And don't forget, Community First Bank is equal housing lender and a member FDIC. Ever so important. So runner on second for the Rams at the bottom of the fifth, trying to add some insurance to a 2-1 lead. It's going to sail high and away to the left-handed Thomas. Gets ahead here, 2 balls and a strike. Rams definitely need this run. Of course, Carbondale needed those runs when they had the bases loaded and 2 outs in the fifth. See if the Rams can make them pay. Thomas gets set, digs in. The pitcher, Weber, looks over his shoulder, fires out a stretch. That'll get away. Peninsky will head to third base. Catcher Louder will get to it. Peninsky thinking about it. Not thinking too hard as he'll hold up.
Catcher didn't slide over as quickly as he probably should have on that one to block that pitch. So I got away from him.
So now it's 3-1 to Thomas. Potential insurance run is just 90 feet away. Speaking of which, we'll tell you about Sarah Staley here in just a moment. One of our Rams boosters. 3-1 the count on Thomas. Pitch on the way, and he will golf that into the Carbondale dugout. It'll be a full count. What you don't know or understand about your existing policies can end up hurting you and your family. Of course, with the right help from Country Financial, almost any family can achieve financial security. Develop a plan that meets your goals with your Country Financial representative at Mount Vernon, Sarah Staley. Pitch on the way, make or break time. It's going to be a ball in the dirt. So a 1-out walk issued to Thomas, a free pass. But runners at the corners here in the fifth.
I wonder how aggressive Coach Holloway will be here in this inning. First and third and 1 out. With some wheels at first.
We shall see what happens. Here in the bottom of the fifth from Brendan Klein Memorial Field in Mount Vernon, just off of the interstate. Behind Raising the Hospital, Raising the Bar. See how aggressive they are. It's going to miss high to Young. Right over the plate, but high. And it's going to be 1-0 to the Rams senior catcher. Plunks back in the first, struck out in the third. Now with an RBI chance, the runners at the corners could do some damage here in the fifth. In a 2-1 ball game that has the Rams up a run. Here comes. This one is going to be sent into left. If anything, it's going to be major trouble for the Dogs. That's going to get over the head of the left center field. On his horse was Landon Thomas, thinking about scoring all the way. And the Rams will get a 2 RBI double from their senior catcher. It's 4-1.
He's got 6 RBIs in the last 2 games, and he has been hotter than a firecracker right now driving in those runs. And nice to have some insurance runs for the Rams.
Well, of course, that's a big base hit, not taking anything away from Colin whatsoever. But how about the base running to Landon Thomas on that? Confident and convinced it was going to get down all the way. He knew something on the angle, and he was just gunning for home the entire way.
Yep, there's no reason. I mean, he could see both outfielders, their backs to the wall. And as a runner at first and with the ball in left center, you can run to second base. You can retrace your steps.
Of course, and that's the Rams center fielder who knows that real estate out there. Probably a bit of an advantage as well. We have another scoreboard update. We'll probably get to that in the top of the sixth, depending on what happens here. With a runner in scoring position for Colton Metter, who's been hottest. With that 2 RBI double, Colin has I didn't do the Friday game, so I can't go back to the last three. I know his bat has been hot over the past few weeks. Of course, it's 0-1 to Colton Metter. He is 1 of 2. He singled in the first, flew out to right. Back in the third inning, and now behind here, 0-1 with an RBI chance. 4-1 Mount Vernon lead. Catches the outside corner. Good pitch there by Weber to stay ahead here. 0-2 with 1 out. Nice. Weber looks at the runner Young on second. Actually, it'll probably be Reeves. I'm sure. I'm screened by the pitcher and the umpire and the catcher. His second base runner not going to be much for lead. I can only assume Clayton. So, Metter's retired on strikes and all of that. 2 outs now in the bottom of the fifth. The Rams have doubled their output. It's now 4-1. Rams lead Carbondale. Weber trying to get Carbondale out of the inning here as the first pitch will miss high to Flota. He's 0 of 2 today, surprisingly, and it's going to be a quick 1-0 count. Nice breeze, though, coming out of the south. As the 1-0 comes, it's going to catch the inside corner. Counts now even to T-Flow. 1 ball, 1 strike. Far cry from that 7-6 game we saw. Of course, still plenty of time left. We're just in the bottom half of the fifth inning. 1-1 the count to Flota. Runner on second. Pitch on the way. Flota's going to get just underneath this. We'll see if Thornburg can come away over this one. He'll backpedal with some trouble, but make the two-handed grab as he almost fell on his duff. So we are through 5. The damage done again by the Rams. It's 4-1 Mount Vernon. This is Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
With 2 new hospitals, trusted physicians, and dedicated staff, it's clear that our local healthcare industry is helping to make our community stronger every day. Hi, I'm Terry Prosize, a commercial lender and healthcare banking specialist at Community First Bank. I'm putting over 20 years of healthcare and business experience to work for our medical community and local businesses. Whether you have an expanding physician practice, an existing business, or hoping to start a new business, I have the financial prescription for you.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you interested in a career in the culinary arts but can never afford the high cost of cooking school? Rend Lake College has a low-cost recipe for success. For as little as $5,500 per year, you can get a quality culinary arts education in your own backyard. That even includes books, tuition, class fees, and supplies. Learn to master domestic fare, pastry, and foreign cuisine in Ina, Illinois. Save thousands on a culinary arts education at Rend Lake College. For more information, log on to rlc.edu/culinary arts.
Back to the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios. This is Rams Baseball on WMIX.
You bet it is. Thank you, Paxton. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. Avery Barton powering our Mount Vernon studio. For the Terriers here on the top of the 6th, Rams do need a quick inning here. Justin Hoffman, Jordan Kelly, Levi Kofer. And we'll see what happens as Fulkerson, who has over 70 pitches, comes back out here for work and gets the first pitch strike. So good work there to start on Hoffman, 0-1. Of course, if you're just joining us, the Rams added some insurance there in the bottom half of the inning. Took a 4-1 lead after scoring 2 runs on 2 hits but leaving a runner aboard. Keeping pace with the softball game across the way. As the 1-1 will be jammed inside. Could scoot to the outfield. Actually, it's going to carry and be some trouble maybe. But no, it won't for Hayden Paninsky, who makes a nice basket catch on the run.
Oh, wow. Mays Hayes out there in deep left center, probably about 350 feet away. And he had to go back with the wind blowing over his shoulder, going towards that fence. And then you can see Hayden kind of stick his arms. I think he did not get underneath it enough and kind of had to outstretch his arms in order to catch that over the back shoulder.
So, 2 stands Kelly, but lest we forget the trouble he presented back at Carbondale on April the 4th. Here comes the first pitch with 1 out and nobody on. He'll pop it foul over the first base dugout. Some scores to report for you. At Pinckneyville today, the Panthers lead the Harrisburg Bulldogs 2-1 after 1 in baseball. The Troy Orphan and the Cahokia Comanches are tied heading to the bottom of the 4th. That's a 1-1 ball game. As the 0-1 comes to Kelly, misses outside. And it'll be a quick 1-1 count. Here in softball today, the Terriers and the Lady Rams, well, no longer tied. Carbondale takes a 6-2 lead after 5. Trying to stay atop the South 7 race with the Annies. The 1-1 pitch into shallow right field. Pike will have to take a few steps to make the grab. 2 away. That scoreboard update, powered by Tony Wilton State Farm Insurance. Don't forget to look for that white State Farm Jeep around town and get to a better state with your good neighbor, State Farm. So 2 outs at the top of the 6th of a 4-1 ball game. Fulkerson looking to make quick work with 2 outs and the bases empty. And a great pitch right down the middle to Kofer, who's 0-2. quick 0-1 count. Working again, both trying to be quick. It's going to be a ground ball to Williams. Good pickup there. Fires across. Good play by Metter to stay on the back. So 1, 2, 3 go the Dogs in the 6th. We're through 5.5. It's still 4-1 Rams. This is Mount Vernon Baseball from WMIX Sports.
State Farm, this is Jessica.
Hey, Jessica, Jerry Newman. Does State Farm offer more discounts to more drivers?
Yep, like the good driver discount.
So it's for good, but not great drivers.
No, Jerry. There's also the multi-line discount.
For calling from multiple lines while driving.
You should never use a phone while driving.
I only make calls from my car when I'm stuck in a ditch or something.
Are you in a ditch?
Yes, I am.
State Farm offers more discounts to more drivers than any other insurance company. Get to a better state.
One more reason to call State Farm agent Tony Wilton Mount Vernon at 242-1421.
Your spine is a miracle of engineering, so when pain strikes, your body is telling you to get help fast. The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois is proud to feature their spine care team. And when there are back problems, pain is always a constant companion. The Orthopedic Center also specializes in pain management, so put our spine care team on the job. Find out more online at orthocenter-si.com. Stop the pain, fix the problem, and enjoy life again. The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Back to Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
Head to the bottom of the 6th will be Matthew Williams, Pat Bradford, and Sawyer Harrison. 6, 7, and 8, Tim Holloway's lineup. Rams lead Carbondale 4-1. As we head to the home half from Brennan Klein Field, we're in the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by King City Chrysler. Don't forget, you can schedule your service appointments online at kingcitychrysler.com. Not bad. Where they also have that express lane quick lube, fast oil changes, and more. Here comes the first pitch of the inning, fouled off by Williams. Like that cleared the overhang and escapes behind us to fall behind 0-1. The 0-1, Weber's still out there, coming back out for another inning, and the second, Williams will stick it through the infield just off of the chest of the second baseman. So instead of Bradford, he'll be called back, and we'll see Clayton Reeves. Which means they need a new courtesy runner for Colin Young. Right, Tyler Ellis.
I will give that one a hit.
That was a hard hit.
I don't think the second baseman would have had much of a chance on that one.
Not particularly. All-Stars and Stitches, another of our fine sponsors here on Rams Athletics. Don't forget about All-Stars and Stitches next time you need a promotional product, banner, sign, plaque, award, trophies. Carol? It's a big day at All-Stars and Stitches just west of Benton High School. Call 435-5555. Call up a bunt down to the third baseman. Good sacrifice by Reeves. The runner overruns second base. Carbondale thought they had him. And a good slide on a head-first dive by Matthew Williams to get back into the back. But a 5-3 sacrifice by Reeves. That'll bring up Sawyer Harrison with a runner in scoring position. Of course, he had that RBI triple back in the second. Called soggy. Don't know that I want to know why. But Harrison will stand in. He follows us on Twitter, at WMIX Sports, as should you. Oh, going to catch low. First pitch strike to Harrison. Of course, the Polish power, Hayden Paninsky's on deck. Left fielder today getting the start. It was the DH yesterday in a winning effort against Murfreesboro, 12-5. Here comes. It's going to be ripped right up the middle on his horse. Williams could score here. Misplay out in center. And some trouble for the Terriers as another insurance run across the plate. Matthew Williams makes it 5-1.
Well, we'll give the single, but I'm not willing to give the RBI there because if he comes up cleanly, it's a question of whether or not he gets to home. But either way, the Rams do score another run on the E8.
Now an RBI chance by Paninsky. No, it's not. He did not advance to second base. I thought Sawyer was able to take second on that, but he couldn't. It's okay. It'll be a runner on first now for Hayden. And with one out, he'll cork one down that left field line. Just foul. Just outside the paint. So I go down as a little bit of a louder strike and 0-1 here. Bottom of the 6th, if you're just joining us, a 5-1 Ram lead as they've scored again here in the inning. Of course, as Hayden ties his shoe, no, we won't have time. It is bottom of the hour, however. Take care of that when we can. Just outside the window, but that's okay. 0-1. Here it comes. This is going to be in the dirt. Good look there by Paninsky. 1-1. WMIX, Mount Vernon, a free service from Withers Broadcasting. Of course, worldwide at WMIXsports.com, where you can catch our archive broadcast for the past few seasons. Been able to dig out some of the 10-11 season as well, so we're going to get that up there over the summer. This is going to be into left field. Good play by the left fielder, Thornburg, on a liner that was basically never really left the ground.
Knuckled. It was knuckling the whole way out there. Had a little arc to it, about 10, 12 feet in the air, and it died down into the left fielder's glove, but it was knuckling on the way out there. Tough catch made look easy by the left fielder, Thornburg.
Back to the top of the order here with Jake Pike. 2 outs, a runner on first, bottom of the 6th. It's a 5-1 ball game with the Rams on top. Pike will rip this one foul just outside the first base bag in the glove of Jordan Kelly. Rams baseball, we told you time and time again, we'll remind you again, that if you're tired of big corporate banking, you have a choice in Jefferson County. Community First Bank, the official voice of the Rams, is at home at Dick Sina, Woodlawn, and Mount Vernon. Welcome back to Personal Banking, member FDIC. 5-1 score, runner on first, outside pitch, hits the corner. It's 0-2 here to Pike. It's been kind of quiet today, hard to believe. Of course, you can't hit all the time, but you just get used to it. So 0-2. Whoever's trying to get out of the inning, runner was going, and of course it's going to be fouled off. We'll do it again. WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Ford Square, 1501 Broadway. Now, Vernon, you can also schedule your service appointments online at FordSquare.com. Service on Saturdays. 0-2. Oh! Fouled off, and Pike will stay alive. So we'll do that 0-2 again. And pitch count, of course, for Weber now getting up there. Most impressive thing is no visits to the mound that I can recall, other than the catcher. 1 on, 2 out. Pike will get out in front of him and fouled off as he's defending the plate very well here in a at-bat that continues to grow older. And it's bottom of the 6th inning. Rams on top 5-1. Now Vernon Carbondale, South 7 Conference action. The 21-5 Rams, who are 5-1 atop the conference. The 13-9-1 Terriers, who are 4-2 at a game back and need this one today. Pitch and round. Of course, that doesn't mean that the Rams will win the conference outright today. Still have plenty of games left, as this is just Game 7. That means there's 3 games left in a 16 conference. Got to get to that 10th game, and of course, here comes the next one on the way. The 1-2 is going to miss outside. Harrison's going, and he is going to be out at second base. Good throw by the catcher, Louder. Good coverage by the middle infield, and that'll do us through 6. It's 5-1 Rams. This is Mount Vernon Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
Southern Illinois now has a better home for sports. It's the all-new WMIXsports.com. Jam-packed with local scores, video highlights, and archives of every local sports broadcast on WMIX. Did your team win? Missed that game-winning shot last night? Didn't catch your favorite coach on the Saturday Sports Show? WMIXsports.com is right at your fingertips. On your computer, your smartphone, your tablet, or your video game console. It's the all-new WMIXsports.com. Another free service from Withers Broadcasting.
Welcome back to Personal Banking is more than our tagline at Community First Bank. It's the truth. From our 5 locations in Jefferson County, the debit cards tied to local schools that we offer, the dozens of scholarships we provide to local youth, and even our president who sits at the front door. The Community First Bank difference is apparent. Our mission as Jefferson County's premier community bank is to provide the best customer service around. Stop by one of our 5 locations and experience true personal banking. Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
And we welcome you back to Rams baseball. Last chance, 7th for Carbondale. They trail the Mount Vernon Rams 5-1. We'll see 8-9-1 do up for the Terriers. It'll be Noah Thornburg, Drew Robinson, and John Nance for Carbondale. As Brock Fulkerson going to try to go the distance. Probably hovering around the 81, 82 pitch mark. Here comes inside the first pitch. Ooh, catches the corner. Thornburg falls behind 0-1. We'll get you a quick scoreboard update in just a moment. Some of the games going on around the area. 0-1 coming. Pushed outside. Off of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Your community, your choice, your bank with 5 locations and friends and neighbors on staff who understand your needs. Community First Bank keeps it simple. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, a little complex there as that was off the plate as well to the right-handed batter. 2 balls and a strike, nobody on, nobody out as the left fielder gets it started and now gets a strike call on the outside corner, 2-2.
Mount Vernon being up by 4. Of course, Cardinal has to load the bases and then do something, makes it a little harder. Tie it up.
2-2. Make it 3-2. That misses high. That's a good call, good eye. So after 6 on the softball diamond, Lady Rams trying to surge back. Now trail 6-5. One-run game over there at the Cusimano Sports Complex as the full count pitch misses low and away. And that would be a leadoff walk. Also in baseball, actually we'll continue with softball. Wayne City leads Christ-Our Rock at the top of the third, 17-0. Christ-Our Rock Lutheran out of rural Centralia.
Goreville over Benton 3-2 in the fourth. Softball.
Nice. That's a good matchup. Lady Rams will see Benton on Thursday. Wish we could be there. Migneyville Harrisburg all tied up after 5 in baseball 2-2. As this first pitch will miss outside to Drew Robinson. It's 1-0. Last check, the Orphans led the Cahokia Comanches after 4, 2-1.
Marion leads Altoff 2-0 after 4.
That's big.
Baseball.
High and tight now to Robinson, 2-0 with a runner on and nobody out. In the last chance 7th, Terriers trail 5-1 here.
Ellis is going to go down to the pin and warm up for the Rams.
2-0 coming. That'll catch the outside corner now, 2-1. Scoreboards furnished by Tony Wilton, State Farm Insurance, for all of your insurance financial service needs. See Tony, he's right there on the corner of 42nd South Watertown, Mount Vernon, or look for the white State Farm Jeep around town and get you a better state. 2-1 comes high, and it's 3-1. And 7th, 6th, and 7th are where the Rams fell apart back at Carbondale a little over 3 weeks ago. Close to the 4-week mark at this point. 3-1. And that's going to be a strike across the outside corner. Works to count full. We'll look for a Rend Lake College player of the game in our post-game show. Rend Lake College can save you thousands in your college education. Log on to rlc.edu. Full count. It's going to be a called third strike on the outside corner. And the right-hander Robinson retired on strikes with a backwards K. Not many strikeouts today for Fulk. I think that's just his second.
No. He'll take 2 more outs. He won't worry about the strikeouts.
No. He'll worry about staying on top of the South 7 Conference. Rams have not lost the conference since 2009. Here it comes. They've won at 10, 11, and 12. It's a high pitch to John Nance. Gets ahead here, 1-0. And the Terrier DH is looking to do some damage. But still Nance? Yes, it is. It catches the outside corner. Good pitch by Fulk to come back on the 1-0. 1 ball, 1 strike, a runner aboard here. 1 out at the top of the 7th. 5-1 is your Ram lead. They're up 4. And another great pitch on the outside corner. Nance now behind. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fulk out of the stretch with the runner on first. Here comes. Outside waste pitch. Maybe not. 2-2. We might have a nail biter on our hands today. Not quite the case. 2-2 fouled off to stay alive. Rolls back into the dugout. I've seen more balls go into the first base dugout today than I ever have. Just a matter of simple physics. Love it or hate it. As time will be called by the batter before
the
line.
I don't blame you on that one. Brock getting a little quick out there. A little quick pitching in.
Ready to go home. It's not quite 6 o'clock yet. This is 5:45 in the Central Time Zone. As the 2-2 will be lifted into right field. Pike is going to have to get on the run. Can't come up with it, and the Sun plays it well off of the hop. And that'll limit it to first and third.
Long single in right field. Got in the wind, I think, going back again. Right-handed stick, hitting that in the opposite field. That ball's going to go a little deeper. It'll come back to you. And the route was in and out to the right. And it ended up being a single. Long single, though. Double play still intact, though. Tim Holloway to the mound.
Breaking the action, powered by the Medicine Shop Pharmacy, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon, where customer service is their top priority. Don't forget about TMS Mobility and Rehab. They're at that same location for all of your standard and custom mobility needs. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski on WMIX and WMIXSports.com. Tim Holloway will talk with his right-handed hurler, the junior Brock Fulkerson, as well as his infield, which at the moment comprised of, well, all seniors. Wow. Prospect to think about. Of course, the Rams have some middle infielders in waiting at the junior varsity level, with Millwood and Campbell mentioned as possible middle infielders next year for this varsity team. A lot of gaps have to be filled center field. Fulkerson as a junior returns. You lose Tyler Ellis as a senior. Jake Pike just a junior. And, of course, Zach Gines just a junior. Might have a chance to fill some gaps as well. Clayton Reeves is a senior. You'll lose him. You'll lose Pat Bradford. So there's going to be a lot of turnover on this Rams team next year. Carbondale, a youthful team, could be atop the conference race next season. We'll see. 1 out and 2 aboard. Runners are at the corners as Nadolski stands in. Hot bat, 2 of 2. Walked last time up. And takes the first pitch high for 1-0. Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. 1-0 coming. Foul back, 1-1. Our friend's okay. Got to check that parking lot. Czerwinski looking to get set. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners at the corners here in the top of the 7th. Terriers down 4. Tying run on deck, and that's going to be a strike across the outside. Make it 1-2 to Nadolski with the catcher Louder.
Seems like Nadolski's been up with runners on base every inning. Except for one.
1-2 to Nadolski. Here comes Fulkerson's side-armed action. That's going to miss outside, 2-2. Interesting. So Ellis continues to warm in the bullpen. Pitched a couple innings yesterday, which is why he's fresh today. 2-2. Oh, that's good. That's going to be nasty.
Hit the grass. The only reason it saved it from hitting some expensive seat section cars over there.
Yeah, you hate that. That's the risk you take. Parking is close to these facilities. 2-2 the count on the batter. Here comes. This one could be Plinko to right center field for a base hit. Thomas on the run. Has to dive. Pike will come up with it. It'll be a sac fly RBI as Carbondale gets another run across the plate to make it 5-2. You're in the last chance 7th, but what a great play by Pike, and what a great effort to get out of the way by Landon Thomas.
Well, Thomas was diving anyway, and Pike cut across in front of him to make the catch and just caught it. There's no sense in throwing it. I like he did not make an attempt to come home. 1, not going towards home plate with the ball, but 2, kept that runner at first base. That's important.
Gordon here, last chance for the Terriers, trailing 5-2 in the top of the 7th. 2 outs and the runner on first base for the catcher, Mitch Louder, who is 0-2. Pitch on the way. Give me a ground ball to short. Williams picks it up, fires across. Good job by Metter. And the Rams will steal it here. They win this 5-2. We'll tell you all about it in our Schmidt Chevrolet postgame show. But the Rams improved to 22-5. It's to the top of the conference alone at 6-1. We'll take a break, come back. Schmidt Chevrolet postgame show is next. This is Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
I know you've heard about mortgage rates being all-time lows, but have you done anything about it yet? Hi, I'm Rick Pigg, mortgage lender at Community First Bank. There's never been a better time at buying a home or refinancing an existing mortgage. The sooner you act, the more you save, and we'll be there to help you through every step of the way. For more information, visit us at comfirstbank.net or stop by one of our 5 locations.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The 2013 Dodge Avenger has no interest in blending in, and neither should you. Hi, Roy Schmidt Dodge dealer at King City Chrysler in Mount Vernon. Stand out in the all-new Avenger. From its crosshair grille to ring-of-fire tail lamps, the Dodge Avenger takes an aggressive stance that's impossible to ignore. It's also impossible to ignore $3,000 in customer cash or 0% financing for 72 months. But it is what's inside that really counts. And with premium materials and soft-touch surfaces, the interior of the 2013 Avenger gets you there more comfortably than ever. Plus, those incentives leave your wallet a little more comfortable as well. See our selection online at KingCityChrysler.com or visit with one of our associates at King City Chrysler Center, 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon, Illinois, and find us on Facebook.
What does technology sound like? Is it the clang of heavy machinery, the beeps and chirps of an electronic gadget? At the new Good Samaritan Regional Health Center, technology sounds a little something like this.
It's the sound of a young girl excited because her mom's being released the same day as her minimally invasive surgery. Thanks to the Da Vinci surgical robot, our surgeons' hand motions are seamlessly translated into smaller, more precise movements. But surgery isn't the only way Good Samaritan is raising the bar for advanced healthcare in Southern Illinois.
That's the sound of a patient's health record being updated and stored electronically for immediate access by nurses, primary care doctors, and specialists alike. That's why soon, the new Good Samaritan Regional Health Center will use all electronic patient health records. Less paper translates to faster, better care for you. And that sounds a little something like this.
The new Good Samaritan Regional Health Center, raising a hospital raising the bar.
Southern Illinois now has a better home for sports. It's the all-new WMIXSports.com. Jam-packed with local scores, video highlights, and archives of every local sports broadcast on WMIX. Did your team win? Missed that game-winning shot last night? Didn't catch your favorite coach on the Saturday Sports Show? WMIXSports.com is right at your fingertips. On your computer, your smartphone, your tablet, or your video game console. It's the all-new WMIXSports.com. Another free service from Withers Broadcasting. This is Mount Vernon Rams Baseball on WMIX. The Schmidt Chevrolet postgame show starts now.
And we welcome you back to Brennan Klein Memorial Field. The Rams improved to 22-5 to the top of South 7 alone at 6-1. Carbondale will drop to 13-10-1, 4-3 in the South 7 Conference as the Rams steal a 5-2 victory here at home over the Terriers. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski. Avery Barton pushes the button back at our Mount Vernon studio for your Schmidt Chevrolet postgame show, 3423 Broadway in Mount Vernon. You can view their inventory online at SchmidtChevrolet.com. And, of course, we need to take a look at your Heartland Accounting postgame numbers. And what a tapestry of numbers we have.
Carbondale, 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors, left 7 on base. Mount Vernon, 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, 4 left on base. Brock Fulkerson goes the distance for the win. Joey Weber went the distance for 6 innings, took the loss for Carbondale. In a game that took an hour and 29 minutes, the Rams go to 22-5 overall, 6-1 in conference play, with a 5-2 win over the Carbondale Terriers.
Now, the big win it is the Rams will sit alone atop the conference. Carbondale falls to 4-3, and if the Orphans are able to hang on against Cahokia, I mean, that matchup becomes ever so important, assuming that both teams went out up until that point on May 7th. But so many crucial matchups to be played. Lest we forget the Rams are back in action tomorrow at Cahokia against a team that was trying to come back against them. 7-4 end result here at Brennan Klein Field last Tuesday. That'll be a matchup on the road at Old Sauget Field tomorrow afternoon, followed by a matchup at Altop, an always interesting rivalry between those two South 7 teams on Thursday. So the Rams will have their work ahead of them on the road as this is their conference home finale.
You're going to go win it on the road just like you do postseason.
That'll be crucial for these Mount Vernon Rams. 22-5 now. By the end of the week, possibly be 24-5 before it's all said and done, and set themselves up nicely for postseason seeding. We need to take a break on your Schmidt Chevrolet postgame show. Rams Baseball, of course, is powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland. When we come back, we'll have your Red Lake College player of the game, but of course those stats provided a moment ago were calculated by Heartland Accounting. Get started right. Let Heartland Accounting help make your business a success. Heartland Accounting, 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B, your small business expert. We'll take that break, come back. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
I'm Andy Robb with a look at your next rad weather. For this afternoon, mostly sunny skies, warm and breezy for a high 81. Clear skies tonight, low 53 in the countryside to 58 in town. Partial sunshine for tomorrow, high 83. Wednesday night, low 56. Mostly cloudy on Thursday with a shower or thunderstorm around. The high for Thursday, 72 to 76. Next rad weather from WMIX, Mount Vernon, Illinois.
Don't just dream about a better job, go get it with scores of programs that take 2 years, 1 year, or even just a few months to complete. Red Lake College is your gateway to a career you'll love. From nursing to coal mining, from computer programming to cosmetology, and everything in between. Red Lake College is affordable, convenient, and ready to get you trained for your new job fast. Call us at 618-437-5321 or visit us at rlc.edu.
Find us on Facebook under WMIX Sports. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
And we welcome you back to your Schmidt Chevrolet postgame show. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. Don't forget to browse their GM inventory online at SchmidtChevrolet.com or look for yourself at 3423 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Rams win it in an hour and 29, just the way we like it, in a shade under an hour and 30. 5-2 is your final as the Rams improve their South 7 standing. The lone blemish was to these Terriers almost 4 weeks ago in 10 innings, but today they come away with the win at home, 5-2. And, of course, we need a Red Lake College player of the game. We did not talk about it.
Nominating Sawyer Harrison. Down in the lineup, swung a big stick. That's my nomination.
Came up big when he needed to, and just for that, he is our Red Lake College player of the game. Red Lake College can save you thousands in your college education. Log on to rlc.edu to see which of the more than 100-degree or certificate programs is right for you. Believe it or not, that's going to do it for us today. 5-2, the Rams get a big win against Carbondale. They're now 22-5 on the year, 6-1 in the South 7 Conference, but back-to-back road games to roll out the week. Tomorrow on the road at Cahokia, the old Sauget Field. Of course, we'll have that game for you at 4:15 with your Ram pregame. Thursday, back at it at Whitey Herzog Field in the Citizens Park in Belleville. Of course, if you're familiar with Belleville at all, it's not the easiest place to necessarily get to, but once you get there, you're glad you made the trip. That'll be Thursday at 4:15 with your pregame there against the Atop Crusaders. We'll take Friday off, Saturday off as of now, and we'll come back with the Benton Rangers on the road on Monday, followed by the Orphans on the road Tuesday, and you kind of get the picture. That's where I start to forget the schedule. But if you're home for every pitch of Rams baseball, is right here. For Danny Czerwinski, for Avery Barton, back at the studio, and for everyone at WMIX Sports, on behalf of our sponsors, thank you for listening to Mount Vernon Rams Baseball. Big win at home today. The Mount Vernon Rams 5, the Carbondale Terriers 2. I'm Chris Hugo, so long from the King City.
Thank you for listening to Mount Vernon Rams Baseball on WMIX and online at WMIXSports.com. Rams Baseball has been presented by the official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams, Community First Bank. Welcome back to Personal Banking. The Mount Vernon Rams on WMIX are also sponsored in part by Ren Lake College. See how you can save thousands on your education at rlc.edu. The Medicine Shop of Mount Vernon, Ford Square and King City Chrysler. You can count on us. State Farm Insurance Agent Tony Wilt. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Second Chance Auto. Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a Hospital. Raising the Bar. Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon. And also by the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Sarah Staley, your country financial agent. Heartland Accounting. And by Central Christian Church. Your home for news, talk, sports, and America's best music. WMIX. Find archived broadcasts of Rams baseball at WMIXSports.com.